I have to tell you, Huckleberry season is one of my favorite seasons. And come up here, sweat, pick huckleberries, bring them home, make some pancakes. Sure do like them. One thing about huckleberries, in my video that I did before, I didn't answer what huckleberries are. And you know, they're just a berry. They taste like a kind of a tangy, delicious blueberry. And I sure love I like the taste almost better than blueberries. And they're so delicious. Like I love putting them in pancakes. Oh my goodness. Oh, amazing. Got a pretty good bush here, huh? They are good. People make huckleberry shakes, huckleberry jelly, huckleberry pancakes, huckleberry syrup. So many uses of huckleberries. Now blueberries, I believe, are about 80 calories per cup. And I think huckleberries are probably pretty close to that. Wouldn't say they're any sweeter. They're sweeter, but I don't know. Also it's like a tangy sweet. Shout out to the Ziploc Corporation for not sponsoring this epic huckleberry video. On the drive up here to secret spot number 1327, saw some elderberry bushes. Those have big white clumps of flowers on them, and they'll be ready come mid-October, sometimes earlier. It depends on the year, but people love making syrups with that for flu and cold season. Man, what an epic bush right here, huh? Oh, amazing. This one I'm kind of just looking under while filming. There isn't any film in this iPhone. That's okay. I think you can still call it filming. Man, these are going to be good. Should I eat this whole handful? Oh, I think so. That's good. I do like eating like 10% of the berries I pick. Why is it so hot up here? It's so amazing. North America is just, the whole thing's just covered in berries. How cool is that? Pretty amazing if you ask me. Growing up in Alaska, we picked a lot of blueberries, salmon berries, and love salmon berries. They're so big. I guess they have some in Washington, the rainforest. In Alaska, we picked a lot of crowberries and cranberries, high bush, low bush. Here, it's pretty much huckleberries, elderberries, service berries, and hawthorns. Really like service berries too. They are very, very high in protein. One of the highest sources of protein for berries, as far as berries go. But man, these are pretty big, pretty good. I like picking by hand. You'd be very picky. No, I just want the big blue ones. Not the green ones. All right, let's turn that over. And that one's good. Nope, there's a guy right there. Found another bush here. A series of bushes. These are loaded. Oh man. Loaded. I'm a big fan of eating huckleberries plain. Good stuff. Sure do like huckleberries. Probably should go picking every weekend in July and August. But there's a lot of water sports to do here in North Idaho. And got to spend time on the lakes, rivers, mountains. It's always fun to go with friends too. You never know what you're going to find in the woods. Thankfully, haven't had to run from any bears today. When I was a kid, had some close calls. Nothing too crazy, but had a big brown bear pop out on the trail in front of us down on the Kenai. Yelled at it and ran off, thankfully. My goodness. Do not really like running into big brown bears when out in the woods. It's great seeing them on TV, of course, or in the zoo, or from far away. But not when they think you're the snack. I'm like, wait, huckleberries are the snack. Come on. There's this really cool spot in Valdez, Alaska, where you can, in the fall when the pink salmon are spawning, you can go over to Dayville Road, and about halfway to the terminal on the left, there's a spot where this creek comes out of the mountain and the bears just sit there. Black bears, brown bears, and they just eat salmon. Got a lot of cool pictures and videos in that spot. Here in Idaho, haven't found the bear spot yet. Where that would be. But it's great to be out here picking today. But it feels very hot, like it's in the 90s again. And I'm kind of sweaty all over. One of my friends asked me one time, why do you always wear black shirts? Well, I have a lot of them because I get sweaty, you can't tell as much. But also, hide coffee stains really well. Let's turn this one over. I have to move on to this next guy here. Oh, there we go. Wonder how long I could survive on huckleberries. Probably a long time. Let's see here. Average person uses 2,000 calories a day. So 80, like 30 cups. No, I don't know if that's right. Anyways, I can't do math while picking. I imagine you could sit there and pick all day and get what you need. All right, so you need 2,000 calories. It's about 25 cups of berries. That's a lot of berries to pick. But if you got a good spot and a good bush, well, you could go maybe collect 2 days worth in one day. I mean, you could probably get, if you pick hard, like 3 gallons in a day, maybe more. Now, there's a lot of people who do it commercially and sell huckleberries to huckleberry companies. I like them too much to sell them. But I guess if you didn't have a regular job, you could do that in the summer. And if you spend every day in the woods, your chances of seeing bears increases exponentially. Uh-oh. Sorry about that bush. May your leaves grow stronger next year. And may you have double the berries as before. Sometimes you come across a bush like this, a lot of small ones. That's okay, they add up too over time. Sure do like the bigger ones though. Also, there's something relaxing about picking berries. It's peaceful up in the mountains. Wind rustling through the trees. I always enjoy my time in the mountains, especially on warm days. Woohoo! Oh, look at that. Look at that bush right there. Loaded. We're going to get you next. These leaves look shiny because the sap from the pine trees, fir trees, tamaracks, also known as larch. I think it's mainly just pine. But here you can see grand fir leaking. This is funny on a clear day and you feel like a raindrop splash your face. It's like, what? Where'd that come from? Oh. You're like, how did I get rained on? Not a cloud in the sky. Well, might not be rain. Might be a pine tree. Oh man, loading up. Man, these berries are big. Big, fat berries. Oh man. Not the biggest ones I've ever seen, but man, when you come across the bush like this, they're all big. Like, oh man. Makes you want to just skip over the bushes with the little berries. Let's look under. I don't know. Here's some though. I noticed yesterday that this channel has 51 subscribers. And that was a surprise. And I want to say thank you to number 50 and 51 who signed up, subscribed. Hopefully I can get enough videos where I'm not letting you guys down and you can have fun following along on all the adventures and how-tos and homesteading life. Beautiful day to be up here picking. I'd also like to dedicate this video to my good friend John Partridge, who passed away this year when we moved to Idaho. Him and his family invited us along for our first huckleberry picking. What a blessing that was. You know, so if you have a friend, you know, maybe who's come to Idaho, take them huckleberry picking. Today we took a new family up here to this spot, and it's pretty good. Tried another spot earlier, but it was kind of picked over. Maybe next weekend we can go try another spot. Can't tell you where that one is either. It's top secret information. Just kidding. Every mountain in Idaho has huckleberries on them. You just go up and there they are. Not really any secret spots. In fact, I'm often surprised when I just come across them, you know, exploring. Like, oh, here's a huge patch. Oh, it's getting to be quite a load there, huh? Love to fill that bag up. Now, the ergonomics of picking berries is something else. Squatting, bending, definitely feel that. Feels like a workout. Especially feels like a workout if you haven't been to the gym in a while. Of course, could be the hike up the mountain too. Feels like part of it. Like, I don't know how chiropractors pick berries. Maybe they have to lay down straight on their belly and reach their hands up over their heads or something. Well, if I don't step on this bush, it's a great one to pick here. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Don't know if I'm gonna get a gallon today, but that's another nice bush here. Sometimes they just pop right out at you. You don't even have to turn the bush over. That's nice. One thing about picking berries one-handed, you might not have known this, but it's slower than with two hands. You're like, thank you, Captain Obvious. But for you guys, decided to pick a little one-handed today. See, look at that. Look at that dark color comes through in that huckleberry. Oh my goodness. Sometimes they're super dark like that. Oh, amazing. And there's another one. I've moved up the hill now just a little bit. Found another loaded bush. Bushes, to be exact. Yeah, picking berries one-handed. It's a lot of fun, but I'm not sure if it's twice as slow or half as fast. Big ones on this bush. Nice size ones. Good. Very good. Another way to pick huckleberries is to kind of find a spot where you can sit down, put the bag right there, and then just pick the ones right next to you and stick them in the bag. Especially if you can find a spot in the shade. That's nice to do. Nice to be able to just sit and pick, put them in the basket. If you've ever been on the swim team, you might have learned the side stroke. Although it's not an official stroke that's in the Olympics or whatever, side stroke comes in handy for rescues. So lifeguarding, things like that. And with that one, they teach you pick a cherry, put it in the basket. That's the little ditty you sing when learning side stroke. Pick a cherry, put it in the basket. Some people have a hard time with side stroke, but if you go out to rescue somebody and you give them a buoy or a rescue ring, you do side stroke on the way back. You can even hold on to somebody's collar, on the back of their collar, and pull them in to the beach that way. Another tip while huckleberry picking is I like picking uphill. So my feet are down lower and then the huckleberries are straight ahead. And that then makes it so you don't have to bend over very much. When you try picking from uphill down, it requires some special maneuvers. And people with back problems have a hard time doing that. So if you have back problems, I highly recommend picking while facing into the hill. Oh, look at those ones down here. Didn't even see them earlier. They like to hide right under the leaves. That's a nice bunch there. Oh, yeah. And sometimes you find these bushes where they have a lot of berries, but the berries are smaller. That's okay. Pick those two. Wow, nice picking so far. Good berries here on this bush. Good day to be outside. Well, for a wrap up, here's what I got. Gonna head back down to the truck. See you later.